Alright, let's talk about something that's been weighing on my mind lately. You might have heard the news about Zoppa, the tiger who was rescued from a circus and recently had to be put to sleep. Now, I know this sounds like a heartbreaking story right off the bat, and it is. But what makes this really interesting is the way her story challenges us to think about animal rescue, aging, and the bonds we form with creatures who can't speak for themselves. Personally, I think Zoppa's journey is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there's a profound beauty in resilience and care. First off, let's talk about Zoppa's background. She was rescued from a circus, which, if you take a step back and think about it, is already a story of survival. Circus animals often face harsh conditions, and tigers, being such majestic creatures, are particularly vulnerable to mistreatment. So, the fact that Zoppa made it to a sanctuary at all is a testament to her strength. But here's where it gets even more compelling. She had a disability, a limp, that she carried with her throughout her life. This raises a deeper question. How do we balance the quality of life for animals with disabilities? It's not just about keeping them alive. It's about ensuring they live with dignity. What many people don't realize is that animals like Zoppa often become ambassadors for their species. Her caretaker, Mark Fox, described her as the loveliest tiger he'd ever known, and that's saying something, considering he's worked with 28 tigers. In my opinion, this speaks to the unique personality of animals. They're not just creatures. They're individuals with quirks, preferences, and ways of connecting with us. Zoppa, for instance, loved spending time in the pool and greeted her carers with these soft chuffing noises. A detail I find fascinating is how these small behaviors can create such deep emotional bonds. It's not just about caring for an animal, it's about forming a relationship. Now, let's talk about the decision to put her to sleep. This is where things get really complex. The sanctuary knew her disability would become harder to manage as she aged, but making that call is never easy. From my perspective, this highlights the ethical tightrope we walk when it comes to animal care. We want to give them the best life possible, but we also have to recognize when it's time to let go. What this really suggests is that compassion sometimes means making difficult choices. It's not about playing God, it's about prioritizing the animal's well-being above our own emotional attachment. One thing that immediately stands out is the way Zoppa's story has been remembered. The sanctuary's statement described her as a tiger of strength, resilience, and gentle nature. Personally, I think this is a beautiful way to honor her legacy. It's not just about mourning her loss, it's about celebrating the impact she had on those around her. If you take a step back and think about it, Zoppa's story is a microcosm of the broader animal rescue movement. It's about giving creatures a second chance, even if that chance comes with challenges. What makes this really interesting is how Zoppa's story connects to a bigger trend in animal welfare. More and more, we're seeing sanctuaries and rescue organizations prioritize the emotional and physical well-being of animals. This isn't just about saving lives, it's about improving them. Zoppa's life at the sanctuary was a far cry from her circus days, and that's a win in itself. But her passing also reminds us that rescue work isn't always a happy ending. It's messy, emotional, and sometimes heartbreaking. In my opinion, Zoppa's legacy is a call to action. It's a reminder that every animal deserves a chance at a dignified life, and that sometimes, the most compassionate thing we can do is let go. Her story isn't just about a tiger, it's about the human capacity for empathy and care. So, as we remember Zoppa, let's also think about how we can continue her legacy, by supporting sanctuaries, advocating for animal welfare, and recognizing the individuality of every creature we encounter. Rest peacefully, Zoppa. You'll always hold a special place in our hearts. And to all of you watching, I'll leave you with this. What does Zoppa's story mean to you? How can we better honor the lives of animals like her? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.